Hi, I'm Sarah. We have already set our intentions and our prayers for this session, so enjoy and learn. All right,
I only have a few more questions.
this is good.
When talking about auras, is there a difference between low and high energy entities? Are their auras different? How does the aura change as we become more enlightened? And I also read that the auras actually are kind of not a template, but a postcard, so to speak, of how the person really is.
Auras reflect, well, they don't reflect like a mirror,
Right.
but they show a person's true essence. It can fluctuate a bit depending on the day, a person's mood, etc. How they work. It's the energies surrounding a person. Well, it's the energies of a person and how it manifests in a way that those who are sensitive to it can read it, can see what a person, who a person truly is. But like I say, there's minor fluctuations. Everything is fluid. Energy is fluid. And depending on, it's still basically the true person, but they might be feeling not the best that day. Not that they're feeling ill, but maybe they're tired, maybe whatever. So there will be some minor fluctuations.
A while back, I had asked, how can I learn to read auras? And I was told to meditate, of course.
Right.
And I think I've came up with the reason why I want to be able to see the auras of others.
Let me guess. You want to read people before you have to deal with them.
Pretty much so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know whether or not they're a trustworthy person.
That is not the reason for seeing auras.
Then enlighten me, please. Ha-ha.
You are so amusing. Yes, the auras basically show what a person truly is. But that doesn't mean it can't change as the person changes. They can lose their enlightenment and their aura would totally change, or they can become more enlightened and their aura changes in a different way. But those who can see them generally are pretty much born that way. That's one of their inner senses. No, let me put it this way. It's one thing that their inner senses can detect, but not everyone gets the same types of gifts, shall we say.
Right.
But I am just not comfortable with your reasoning for wanting to see auras.
Okay. Why not? What makes you uncomfortable about that? Because I prefer to stay away from people who are not enlightened so it doesn't cause me harm.
Right. You're too focused on harm to yourself instead of being focused on loving, accepting, forgiving, being compassionate toward everyone, no matter their walk of life, their path, if you will.
Wow. That was a slap aside of the head. Thank you.
2x4?
Yep, I needed that one. As you were saying that, I felt all fizzy inside.
Fizzy? Shake you up and you'll just
Yep,
right
I
out.
just felt like to pop the top of my head off. I burst all over the place.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes, just because someone can read auras, can see them around people, doesn't necessarily mean that they are a truly enlightened being. They have much greater potential to be helpful, to be understanding and sympathetic to others. And most of them, it seems to me, they don't misuse that ability. They don't judge others based on what they see. And seeing auras can help them on their journey to enlightenment, although it's an ongoing journey, but to help them grow spiritually. But what you were saying was something that would stop your growth. You don't want to do that. And the same would happen for those who can read auras if they start to utilize it to avoid, oh, I don't want to be anywhere near that person. They can lose that ability. They can they can lower their frequencies and start to lose their capacity of enlightenment or toward enlightenment, however you want to put it. But if they read auras and use it to be helpful and be forgiving, they might see somebody's aura that they're not even really directly, say,
Interacting.
Yes, that's the word. Thank you.
Sure.
Interacting with. But if they take that moment to say maybe a little prayer for the person, or, just think to themselves, I'm sorry you're feeling, this way today, and I love you and forgive you for whatever you've done that makes you feel this way. And I pray that you will learn to love and to forgive and to be helpful and considerate of others, more accepting of others. Some people who see auras, in fact, most people who see auras, are kind of that way. But it isn't the kind of ability that you can that you can choose to develop. You either have it or you don't. And if you do have it and utilize it in a good way, it can grow as your spirituality grows, which is a good thing. A good thing. But to want to read auras just so that you can avoid certain people, I'm sorry, Billy, but that is not an enlightened frame of mind.
Thank you. And as we've been talking, I've been asking myself, why do I want that? And it was for the benefit of the ego, to protect me.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for sharing. You made me realize something I need to meditate on.
Mm-hmm. That list is growing, is it not?
Oh, it's so long I don't even keep track of it anymore.
Yeah.
In a previous session, we talked about Thane liking to eat chocolate and going to eat at a restaurant with us, and you said it's best to keep things separate. I think I know what you meant, however. To validate my thought, why is that so?
Because a being who is reveling too much in the physical, who begins to enjoy it too much, can bring down their own frequencies.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand now.
You know, because Thane, as a being, I think he had been incarnated somewhere in the physical.
Since we started this?
No.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said it was in the 1700s.
Past.
Yeah, the past.
And it was not for him to want to go back to that in that manner.
Okay.
If he should choose, as he learns and grows in spirit, if he should so choose to incarnate somewhere, some when, then, you know, that he would then be going through the path, the mechanics, shall we say, of that process, not, or, you know, as part of a new theme to help him grow even more. That's what incarnation is for.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's enough said right there. Yeah.
Last question. A few sessions ago, we talked about the possible destruction of Earth in this reality. When that occurs, and if that occurs, are the other dimensional beings here on this Earth also affected? In other words, will this be our dimension, our reality that is affected, or will it affect all the realities and all the parallel dimensions that are on Earth with us?
Well, any being whether from another universe, another dimension, another aspect of Earth, yes, they would be affected by one particular planetary demise, shall we say. But they wouldn't be destroyed or anything like that. They would just move on elsewhere. They would know about it before it actually happened, probably. But that's what so many ETs, as you call them, are here on this planet to try to help humanity not destroy this planet. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. While Sarah and I were eating today, she was reading a book and she said to me that from what she can tell from all the reading she's been doing, that this is the most beautiful, attractive planet in creation, in the universe. Is that a true statement?
I would have to agree with that. That's why it is so attractive to beings who want to incarnate. They want to come here to this earth because it's so beautiful, so varied, so exciting to be on this planet. So, yeah, I'd have to agree with that statement.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share before we end this session?
Well, I have been realizing that she keeps wanting me to say things according to things she has been reading. And that is not my place.
Thank you. Because that's been a nagging question for her and for me,
Oh,
for both of us. Is she influencing the visitors?
she has, but she tries to keep it to a minimum.
You're just going to have to stand up to her and say no.
I've done that.
Very good, very good.
It's usually a very pleasant exchange.
Right.
You know. However, I encourage you both to continue with your reading, but be discerning as to what you take in and what you don't. Things that you agree with and other things that you discard, so to speak.
Yes.
But,
So if we agree with something now, but in the future we don't, we discard it then?
yeah.
Okay.
Remember, everything is now. So whenever you do
Yeah.
discard it, that's when you've learned enough to have expanded your discernment and know when, shall we say, to discard something.
Okay.
It's like a belief system, and you figure it out and say bye-bye to it.
I just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
Here we are sitting around a fireplace having a fireside chat.
Well, it's not quite, thank goodness there's no fire actually going.
Yeah. But I could bring one up on YouTube and play it on the video. I mean, on the big screen there, but.
Fireside chat instead of simply channeling.
Yep.
Well, obviously, with you in the mix, simply is not really a good description.
Well, yeah. But we can't really say complicatedly channeling.
No. No, it's still a good title. It's still a good
Yeah, I
title.
think so.
So those of you out there who have been following these sessions, this bit of channeling, just know that, well, first of all, nobody's perfect, including myself.
Now, is that you talking, Sarah, or is that Explorer?
It's, as you call, explorer.
Thank you.
Things that I say could necessarily not mesh with some other beings. I may not be putting things into the correct words. I mean, there's a lot of variables here. But the essence is what I hope you all are gleaning from these messages. And I think I've said enough. So, thank you for watching and listening.
And I want to thank you for being here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I will see you the next time.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
well, is there some time in the future that someone else can visit other than you, Explorer?
Eventually that will happen, but...
Okay. Once Sarah receives enough training, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a question I'm sure she's been wanting to ask.
Yes, and it depends on if there is someone, to my knowledge right now, I don't know if this is the case, but when Sarah is ready and someone is ready and desirous of using her to spread better messages than I've been doing, and then it'll happen. But the two things have to come together, just
Okay.
like anything else. And they will if it's meant to be.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
Yes, sirree, Bob. Or in this case, Bill.
Yay!
Wow, my head's swimming.